complicated. You talked earlier just a few minutes ago about the incredible complexity of the lie.
Yeah.
And one of the offshoots of that is that it makes you think that the road to your truth is also extremely complex. See, once you're infected by the confusion and the apathy and the futility, it makes you feel that a thing that's just a few feet away is miles away. It's like a play on your mind. Remember I said you can strangle yourselves in the web of trying to be free of the web?
Yeah. Weight
is on your back. You're actually carrying the weight. The beast is plugged into you, man. It's sitting on your back. It's like a monkey on your shoulder. You're actually carrying it. It's what I often refer to as the stone in the shoe stops you climbing the mountain. You have all these aspirations of what you're going to do and where you're going to go and how brilliant you're going to be, but you haven't removed the simple, tiny psychological obstacles. Once you do, then you will be able to attain all of those things. So my work and my teachings is always to try and help people observe what that stone in the shoe is, because for everybody, it's not going to be the same for everyone. But what I really mean is that all those, the journey to your enlightenment and your awakening is really not that difficult. That's more of an illusion. It's because you have bricks on top of the air balloon. It can't rise of its own free will. You don't even need to steer the thing. It will. Your higher self knows exactly where to go. It's like I've used the metaphor of throwing the oars away in the boat. Well, don't say that, Michael. We can't do that. Why not? The river knows where it's going. If you don't have trust in the river, you're going to exhaust your energy rowing.
It's like the Hopi. The Hopi say this.
Yeah, and it's very needed for our times right now. In fact, I would say it's a matter of life and death right now. This has become very important for people in daily life today. They're not going to have a choice in it. This countdown to 2012, I've always read it as being not some sort of final ascension that's going to take place when you buy the ticket. No, it's an ongoing process of you cleansing your understanding, opening the doors of perception, partly to understand that we're not saying jump out of the boat of ego consciousness into the river. I'm not saying that. I'm saying stay well within your ego. But you don't need the oars as if your ego now knows the entire map and what's coming around the river and where you're going. You must have some level of trust of the universe. That's what makes life brilliant. You have your fixity, but you also have your spontaneity. You have your head in the clouds, but your feet on the ground. This is what people are lacking. Too much in the New Age movement and other religions. You're meant to just divorce yourself, disassociate your mind from the living reality. God will take care of it. Or you're a materialist type of person who goes to hell with anything to do with speculative metaphysics and mystical traditions and all that sentimentality. I'm just going to get along. I've long ago exchanged love for power anyway, and through power I will attain everything that I want. Through my power I'll get the adoration that I so desperately need, and through power I'll be able to punish those who don't give it to me.
Yes. And then
this is how society splits itself down the middle.
Yeah, and we also see people, they gravitate towards the people who are the forerunners of that, the most corrupted in that sense, People just get right behind them and say, wow.
But again, to answer your question about the psychic vampirism, it's just a question of hunger.
Right.
You have two kinds of hunger in the world. Remember we talked about the kind of passion and emotion, the true emotion that inspires you on all levels? That's a hunger, by the way.
Yeah.
So all people have two kinds of hunger. People have a hunger for knowledge and truth. But that's not the same kind of hunger as the hunger of emptiness when you're dead. You don't have anything within you.
Yeah.
Right? That's all I meant by that.
I got you.
Concept. Is there's two kinds of hunger, and you have to start to distinguish between people that you meet. What kind of hunger do they have? Because the world is filled with hungry people who are hungry because they're literally emaciated psychically.
Right.
And there's another kind of hunger, of the hunger that I can't sleep, I'm on fire, I'm a restless person, I'm a rebellious person, I'm not easy to get along with, I'm asking questions, because I'm very hungry, but it's the hunger of trying to find out what is real. Am I seeing reality correctly, or am I being deceived? Am I deceiving myself? I want to see things as they are. The other type of hunger couldn't give a monkeys about whether he's seeing reality or not. Reality is he's already divorced from reality. He's the furthest thing away from it. All he wants is your approval.
Right.
And whatever else you can give him, you see. So this is a different kind of hunger.
Okay.
And we have that on the governmental level. We have it on the royal level. We have it on religious level. We have it on local government level. And we have it in the family unit. So to me, the tyranny is not, oh my God, what are we going to do about the tyranny of the Big Brother and the Illuminati and, my God, the Alpha Lodges of Freemasonry? Yeah, come on, Michael, what are we going to do about it? We're not leading any attack here because it's a pestilence that starts on the one-to-one level first.
Like you said, in the one is reflected in the 10.
Yeah. And if you happen to be infected by the disease, what good are you going to do charging in there with your blindness, your working blindness, to try and make others see. We've tried this for hundreds of years, by the way. There's been every conceivable form of philosophy, every conceivable form of ideology and politics and reform and revolution that the mind can come up with, and not one of it has worked. There's more depression now in the world, it's been escalating every year, by the way, than there was before Sigmund Freud wrote his first book that launched the psychoanalytical movement. How does that work? That you think that the very subject of psychology that should be helping to alleviate depression.
Right.
Yes, it has done on individual cases. I'm not knocking it, by the way, but I'm saying that there's something else going on in life that psychology is obviously unable to touch, and we've already been talking about what it is. It's submission. Because even when you want fixing psychologically, you're going to a fixer. The underlying problem that even contaminates psychology is you are going to another person. You're sitting in front of a man, you don't know who he is. He may beat his kids. He may eat raw meat. He may be a pedophile. You have no idea who is this guy with a white coat. You are literally thinking, like you've done with the priests through all time, like you've done with all the gurus through all time, you now just replace those authorities, confessional, you just replace the confessional with some other monkey who may be a total materialist, never given a single thought in his life to the higher meaning of life, and now he's going to counsel you. You may be saner than he is, and by the way, in most cases, schizophrenics, they are clever and smarter. Read R.D. Lang, read Arno Gruen, read Thomas Szasz. They're telling you that schizophrenic can see through the doctor faster than he can see through them. That's why they're schizophrenics. They're not buying into any lies anymore.
Right.